Hey everybody, my name is Bree and welcome back to my new channel, Bree's Arts. So the DIYs that we're going to be doing today are inspired more by Shabby Chic with a little dash of springtime. Now, where I live, we still have a ton of snow on the ground, but it is starting to warm up. So it was giving me some serious spring vibes, and I just thought that I would put those into my DIYs today. So I'm hoping that you really enjoy these ones. I will be using mostly Dollar Tree items as usual. Now with that being said, let's just jump into the first DIY. Okay, DIY number one. So this DIY, I got creative and decided to use some of the old DVD cases that I found in my basement from a bajillion years ago. So what we're going to do is just remove the plastic cover off of the DVD cases, and we are going to make some of those cute little books that you see on people's shelves. So taking two of the DVD cases, just hot glue them together to give the book a little bit more thickness. And I'm going to take some of this ribbon from Dollarama and put that on the outside edges to represent the pages of the book. I just took some hot glue, pulled it nice and tight, and it actually worked out really, really well. Now you don't want to put too much hot glue on because it will come through the ribbon a little bit, but not enough to really notice. I didn't want to put it all the way down. And now I'm going to take some of this faux leather that I got on Amazon. This is in a pretty pink shade, and just cut that down to size. I will use my square from the Dollar Tree and my rotary blade to cut this down. It fit perfectly. It just worked out just perfectly. And now taking some hot glue, we're just going to secure that faux leather on the edges. Again, you don't want to put too much hot glue on there. I did put some down the spine of the book, so it's nice and secure. Pull it nice and tight, pat it down. And again, across the spine on the top. And at the edge. Now I am going to make 3 of these little books. 2 of them will be the same size here, using the DVD cases, and one will be a little bit smaller. You'll see what I use for that one as well. So again, taking this off-white color, kind of a cream color, and we're just going to secure that down with the hot glue. I'd already put the ribbon around to represent the pages. And there we go. We got 2 lovely books. Now I'm going to take some Blu-ray cases. Again, doing the exact same thing, hot gluing 2 of them together. Now I know everybody has these cases just lying around in their basement collecting dust. And again, same thing with the ribbon, going around, securing it down on the corners with a little bit of hot glue. This is completely out of shot, but you know what I'm saying. Now I know a lot of YouTubers have been using actual books from the Dollar Tree to make these little book stacks. I couldn't find any at my Dollar Tree, and I really don't like to do anything to actual books because I feel like somebody might read them. So I thought this was a really good alternative if you don't like to do anything to actual books. So there they are. Now I am going to take some of these little stickers that I got at Dollarama a really long time ago. They were just hanging out in my stash. And I'm just going to embellish the spines of our faux books, just to give them a little bit extra detail. Now with this gold one, I am going to take some of these little pearls that are from the Dollar Tree. Just gonna make a little pattern, kind of like a triangle arrow sort of thing on the spine of the gold book. And I am going to do that on the top of the spine and on the bottom. Just adds that nice little shabby chic detail. And I took a few of the smaller pearls just to trail off down the side. And a few more of these embellishments here from the Dollar Tree. These ones I thought were really pretty. Very shabby chic looking, very blingy. So taking some diamonds this time, we're gonna bling these things out. And keep in mind, you can do whatever you want. You can use scrap paper instead of the leather. You can use as much or as little of the bling as you want. I just thought that the DVD / Blu-ray case idea was pretty fantastic because you don't have to spend any money on it. It's amazing. And now we're taking a little bit of this ribbon that I got at Dollarama, this beautiful lace ribbon, and we're just going to tie our books together so that they stack up really nicely. I made these so that you can either lay them down or you can prop them up as well, like actual books on a shelf. Next, I am going to take some of this lavender kind of pick that I got at Dollarama. And you can see here that I did move the bow to the side of the books there. And I'm just going to place a couple of sprigs of that pretty lavender onto the side where the bow is. And you can see you can stack them either way, it doesn't matter. It just worked out so perfect. Now, DIY number 2. We are taking one of these 3D wreaths that you get at the Dollar Tree, and we're only going to use the inside ring of this. Now, these 3D wreaths are really nice because they just pop right off. And I am going to spray paint it gold. Bam! Just like that. The magic of television. And taking my wire cutters, I am going to slice this ring open so that I can string beads onto it. And with my pliers, I will just remove that little teeny piece that was connected to it. They come off really, really easily. And this color is called Milk Jug. It is by Folk Art. It's kind of a creamy off-white color. And I'm sorry, I don't know the measurement for the millimeters of these beads, but I took 10 of them. And they're the bigger ones that you can string on. You can use whatever size you want, whatever beads you have. These are from Amazon. And then I took 5 of a little bit of a smaller bead and then 5 of another little bit of a smaller bead. So I have 20 beads all together. And I am just going to string those on to the wreath, going from the biggest beads, so stringing the 10 big beads on, and then the 5 middle-sized beads, and then the 5 small beads, just along one side of the wreath form. I've seen these wreaths all over Pinterest, and I just think that they're just so pretty. And again, taking a little bit of that lavender sprig from Dollarama, I just kind of thread that through into the bead. It was pretty secure when I did that. I did use a little bit of hot glue though to secure it up along the side of the wreath form. You don't have to use too much. You don't want it to really be showing through the floral there. But it worked out really well. Isn't that pretty? Oh. And taking a welcome sign that I did get at the Dollar Tree and this pink color. It's called Sunset Rose by Folk Art. I'm just going to take my little dabby brush and dab that onto this metal word. This gives it a nice texture. And dab, 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 all the way across. And now I'm going to take some of that milk jug color, and I am going to just stress that just a little bit so that it gives it a little bit more dimension. Just using my chippy brush. I love these colors together. So springy, so pretty. I feel like I'm willing spring to come. Now these cute little butterflies are from Dollarama, and I am going to paint them with this metallic gold acrylic paint from Folk Art. So just paint both of those up. Having some issues. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm blowing some of the paint out of those little holes because it kind of got clogged up a little bit. So just blowing that out of there. There, and just paint both of those up. Again, if you get some of that paint in those little holes, just blow it out. There, pretty shiny. However, I did want to distress those a little bit as well so that it kind of all was cohesive. So again, using my Milk Jug by Folk Art and my chippy brush, just distress them, make them look old and worn. And then it brings out all of the detail from these beautiful cutouts. They're so intricate. And just gives it a little bit more dimension. Now we're going to glue those little butterflies onto the beads. I did secure the end beads with a little bit of hot glue as well so that they didn't move. and put one on the top and then one on the bottom. And now taking our metal word, we're just going to hot glue that across. Again, you don't want to use too much hot glue. It really doesn't need that much, especially because this is going to be inside on the wall anyways. And just secure that down. And we are all done, you guys. Isn't it so pretty? Oh, I love it. And now for the last DIY of the day. So this little trinket case thing I got at Dollarama, I believe. And we're gonna take our milk jug. I love that milk jug, it's so cute. And we're gonna paint the whole thing, inside, outside of the lid, everything. And if you recall, we did have some scraps from the books that we made, some scrap leather. So I am going to use that up, hot glue that around the rim of the lid. And that is that creamy off-white color of leather. And just little dabs of hot glue is more than good enough. You don't want to put too much on there. And it didn't go quite all the way around, but that's okay. That's just going to be the back anyways. There is a seam at the back of this little trinket box anyways. And then taking the scrap of pink, I just went around the bottom. A little bit of hot glue. And the scrap of the gold leather as well. Going all the way around. Hot glue it down. And now a little bit more of that really pretty lace ribbon from Dollarama. I love this ribbon. It's so pretty. And there are two sizes as well. There's this thinner size and then there is a thicker size too. And it comes in white and a cream color. So this is the creamy color. I just went over top of the gold strip there. And putting the lid on here, we are going to bling this baby up. So taking some of those pearls from the Dollar Tree, I just put them around the pink strip of leather there. Now again, you can use scrapbook paper if you want to go around with this. You can do this in any color. You don't have to put the pearls on if you don't want to. You can use other embellishments. This is 100% for inspiration. I was just feeling the bling vibe. So again, sunset rose, and taking another one of these little butterflies, we are going to paint that baby up with the sunset rose color. And of course, we are going to just dress it down just a little bit with our milk jug. Give it more dimension, have those little cutouts and all the detail just pop right out. You don't want it to be flat. You want to see all of that detail. And of course, you know, because I was in a blingy mood, throwing some pearls onto the butterfly as well, just to finish it off. And we're going to throw some hot glue on there and put our cute little butterfly on the lid, the ridge of the lid there. And because I was in a blingy mood, we're going to throw some of those other embellishments on here too. And that will go around the lid onto the cream colored leather that we had around there. This little trinket box is blinged up. It's so cute. It's so pretty. It's so shabby chic. It's so spring. And for our final touch, again, we're going to take some of this lavender from Dollarama. Clip off a couple sprigs of those. And we're going to throw that on top of our little trinket box. Just as a finishing touch. Now we will bind these together with a little bit of that off-white string that you get at Dollarama. And just hot glue that together and wrap it around the two little sprigs of lavender. Hot glue this string down. Use your little finger protector. Clip that off with your scissors, and then I did hot glue it right onto the top just so that it wouldn't move. But that is it, you guys. Oh, blinged out shabby chic springtime. All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed my springy, blingy, shabby chic decor. These books are my absolute favorite. But maybe you can tell me which one of these was your favorite in the comments down below. And while you're down there, if you could do me a solid, tap that like button, maybe subscribe, tell your friends, you know, all of that jazz. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for the gag reel. Bye, guys. You look fabulous. Okay, so today we're gonna switch it up a little bit. So the dollar, what? Now, with that being, I'm really hoping that you're gonna enjoy these DIYs. I really do hope.